Hello there guys, welcome back to Blues Fans TV for a live stream because some breaking news literally just came out. This live stream on YouTube just changed a little bit, I realised, because obviously with football stopping I haven't done a live stream in a little while. So I'm not sure whether you started this live stream with a black screen or whether it was with me looking at my phone or doing something, playing around on the laptop. I'm unsure what you saw at the beginning, but if you saw me sat there first and you're like, what on earth is he doing? Well, I didn't realise that was what's going to happen. But breaking news, let's forget about all the waffling, but do subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already. Forget about all the other waffling. Timo Werner has apparently and reportedly, according to the Sportbild in Germany, a news publication that in the past I wouldn't have said was particularly reliable, but in recent history has gotten quite a few things right. Now, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty damn sure, pardon me, let me just get this light more straight. Pretty sure that they were one of the first ones to break the Christian Pulisic from Dortmund to Chelsea news. And that obviously turned out to be correct. That turned out to be correct. But so, what did the reports actually say? Now, what they said is that Timo Werner simply decided that he was going to pick Chelsea over Liverpool. Other reports suggesting that Liverpool, their owners, aren't willing to spend that big on any signing this summer. While Chelsea apparently are willing to spend this big on a signing this summer, which of course is brilliant news. Now, his release clause that expires on June 15th, so that is, kind of important here because June 15th is in less than 2 weeks. It's in like 10, 11, 12 days, right? So this is kind of right now news. If this happens, this isn't something that will happen in August. If it happens now, right? So let's not forget about this. If it happens now because his release clause of apparently somewhere between 55 and 60 million euros, so around 55 million pounds, I guess between 50 and 55 million pounds, will expire on June 15th. And Liverpool are apparently not willing to meet that release clause. We apparently are. Now, let's talk about another thing. First of all, who is Timo Werner? If you've been living under a rock, I don't know about him. Of course, he's a striker / left winger. He is 24 years of age, turned 24 years of age in March, and plays in the German Bundesliga, of course, for RB Leipzig. Was going to call them Red Bull. It's not officially the name. We all know it is anyway. But RB Leipzig plays for them, having a pretty damn good season. Beat Spurs in the round of 16 of the Champions League. Obviously, that stopped now, but, probably will resume at some point now. But that happened. They're in a decent position in the Bundesliga. Not going to win the league, but they're fighting Dortmund arguably for second in the end after Bayern beat Dortmund recently. So that's that situation, basically. But who is he? Now, he's a very, very fast striker. He's not particularly the tallest. Let me just get his height up. He's 1 meter and 80 centimeters tall. That is around 5'11" in feet and inches. So 5'11". He's not the tallest, definitely not the tallest, but he's lightning fast, has a good finish, decent dribbling. His link-up play is good. He doesn't exactly have the best long range of passing, but that's not exactly his job as a striker now, is it? So, that's absolutely fine. But the big question here is, and I literally just spoke about this with my girlfriend, because she's a Chelsea fan as well. Hey there, I know you're watching. Because the question is, where is he going to play? Oh, Zane is back. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Zane, thank you for the £4.99 donation. You are saying he joined Arsenal and form a partnership with Over. Also, Hazard might be joining Hazard. Oh, you mean Real Madrid are signing Thorgan Hazard? I very much doubt both of those things, mate. But, so, what I did literally just talk to my girlfriend to is, where is Timo Werner going to play? Because someone also put it in the chat. I saw that earlier. He's going to play on the left wing. Personally, I don't believe so. I don't believe that Timo Werner is going to play on the wing. I think we're signing him to play up front, to be our number one striker. Zane, thank you for another donation, £2, £1.99. You meant Arsenal, so Thorgan Hazard is joining Arsenal. I also doubt that, mate. But regardless, I don't think Timo Werner is going to come to Chelsea to play on the left wing. He's a decent left winger, right? But his main position is up front. In my opinion, I think he's much, much better up front or as a second striker in a two-striker formation. But I very much doubt that Frank Lampard is going to make Chelsea move to a two-striker formation. So I'm unsure about this one. But I just don't see it. Will he play over Pulisic? Will he play over Hudson-Odoi when Hudson-Odoi starts to reach his potential? Okay, maybe right now he could come in and play on the wing as well. And what about the right wing? It also strongly matters where will Hakim Ziyech play, who of course will join us after this season now ends. And to someone asking when will he come? Well, we would have to sign him before June, or we'll have to play his release clause before June 15th if all of this is to be believed. but obviously he will only join us and will only be registered with us after this current season has finished, and then before the next season officially starts. So, he won't be able to play for us in the next 9 or 10 games that we have remaining in this Premier League season. But I strongly believe that Hakim Ziyech should play on the right wing. I finally want a left-sided right winger. I finally want it. I've been waiting for it for so long. And I want Ruben Loftus-Cheek as my number 10. And I would be very much surprised if we're going to drop Pulisic. I just don't see it happening. And if you think about it, you have many different, we play so many games in a season, right? We play so many games. So, okay, it is dropping Tammy to probably a second choice striker. And if Timo Werner doesn't perform as striker, Tammy will come in and retake that place. But I think the initial plan is for Timo Werner to come in there. And once we have injuries and full rotation, for sometimes Timo Werner to play up front, sometimes Tammy to play up front, sometimes Werner to play on the wing, sometimes Werner not to play at all. And then we have the wingers of Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, Hakim Ziyech, possibly Mason Mount, still to be used in the wing, because we have so many number 10s and midfielders that I can't see us using Ziyech as a number 10. We have Loftus-Cheek, we have Mason Mount, we have Ross Barkley. Are we going to have 4 number 10s? That's why I see Ziyech more, being used on the right, quite frankly. It's a difficult one, but I personally think that's the case. Now, the only little problem that I have with Timo Werner, this is not saying I don't want him, but his biggest strength by far is his pace, right? He's a good dribbler, like I said. He's a good finisher, like I said. And there's also his pace on the first 5 yards is good, which is important to create space for yourself to shoot as a striker. But his biggest attribute is his pace on the counter, especially. When did Chelsea ever hit anyone on the counter? The only teams we hit on the counter are Liverpool, Man City. Everyone else, we're the attacking team. Maybe an Arsenal sometimes. But other than that, we are the attacking team. Everyone sits back against us. It's not as open as the Bundesliga. So will he be able to use his biggest strength as much in the Premier League as he does it in the Bundesliga? I'm unsure about this. Hence why, it's good to have the 2 options of Tammy and Werner. Rushi, thank you for your donation. That would be a good headache, isn't it? Yes, I completely agree. It would be a good headache. Finally, a good, selection problem up front. But we're like, we have so many good players. Who do we actually play? That would be brilliant. It'd be absolutely brilliant. But that's just my opinion. I think Werner would come in as a striker, Tammy kind of second choice. But with a lot of rotation, with a lot of games that we have coming up, Werner moves over to the left and then we take one of the wingers off. Or sometimes we move to 2 up front. I personally believe at this point, if this is true, especially, then Michy Batshuayi will probably leave Chelsea. Olivier Giroud, of course, his contract has been extended, so he will probably stick around as a 3rd choice option, which I would be happy with. And also, you've got to think about the fact that Werner and Abraham are very different types of strikers. I mean, Tammy is 6'4", 6'3", and he's very tall. He has still got time to get more and more physical because he's still very young. Of course, Timo Werner is young as well, but with his size, he will never get particularly physical. But Tammy has that chance to be a little bit more like Drogba. Will never be as strong, but a little bit more in that direction, and is quicker. While Timo Werner will always be that short, agile, quick striker. And it's good to have those 2 options. If you play against the team, they won't know what we're going to come with. If Lampard doesn't pick a clear first choice, then sometimes he's going to play Werner, sometimes he's going to play Tammy, probably whoever is in better form. But in general, it's much more difficult for other teams to predict what we're going to do, which will make us much more of a threat to any opponent, which is, in general, brilliant news, which I'm a very big fan of. Of course, now with these developments, I very much doubt that we're going to get Sancho. I don't think anyone is going to buy Sancho at this point. Why don't you buy Sancho and also buy Hazard back? What? I mean, I appreciate the donation. You have too much money, mate. Thank you again for the pretty much £5. Why don't you buy Sancho and also buy Hazard back? First of all, which Hazard? That's 2. Secondly, I don't think anyone is going to be able to afford Sancho. And if we get Werner, I don't necessarily see the need in Sancho, personally. Because we have Ziyech on the right, we can have Werner on the left, we can have Pulisic on the left, we can have Hudson-Odoi on the left, and we have Werner and Tammy Abraham up front. I don't see necessarily the need for Sancho in such a difficult time with obviously everything that happened. Still not sure whether I meant to say this on YouTube, this word, because apparently it's going to demonetize us. That was a financial, massive financial hit for pretty much every club in world football. We were just in a lucky situation of being transfer banned last year, winning the Europa League, finishing 3rd in the Premier League, so making good prize money, having big sponsorship deals with Nike, with Yokohama, and now the new 3 deal from the summer onwards. So we're in a pretty good position compared to most other companies or most other clubs that we can probably still afford Werner, but I don't think Sancho is a bit out there. There's also reports, I might as well touch on it quickly, about Ben Chilwell. Apparently Ashley Cole is actually a big advocate of Ben Chilwell, and that's why we are going to go in for Ben Chilwell from Leicester. The only problem I have with that is this reported figure of his reported price of £85 million, which personally I find ridiculous. Thank you, Rushi. I'm the best. I agree. I think £85 million for Chilwell is ridiculous. I know he's young. He's only 23 years of age. But if you look at the price that, for example, Tagliafico from Ajax or Alex Telles from Porto would cost, and yes, I know they're a little bit older, but they're still in their mid-20s. If I look at their price, I'm not sure Chilwell's worth it, you know. I'm really not sure Chilwell would be worth it in that sense. But I guess, again, it's kind of a good problem and a good issue to have, if you want. It's a good issue to have. Do we want Chilwell? I don't know. But would I be very happy with Timo Werner? Yes. Do I like Timo Werner in general? No. He's a bit of a prick. He plays for by far the most hated club in Germany. You know, I'm from Austria, so you've got to understand what Red Bull do with football here. It's not exactly regarded highly. Do good things for our national team overall with the academy, but for the league, ruins everything. And it's kind of a little bit similar in the Bundesliga, of course, with Bayern still on top and Dortmund. But I just don't like them. And he also had to go off the pitch when Leipzig played against Besiktas or Galatasaray because his ears hurt because it was too loud. I'm like, what an absolute wuss are you? But he's a good player regardless. And I also like the chant that pretty much every Bundesliga club has going against him. It's quite funny. Rather not safe for work and not safe for YouTube. So I'm not going to sing it. But you can, you know, think what it might mean. Or just YouTube search it, basically. But yeah, I would be a fan of it. I would be a fan of it. It gives us more option up front. It gives us a statement signing alongside Hakim Ziyech. You know, a left back, whether it's Chilwell or Tagliafico or Telles. One left back we definitely need, that's for sure. I wouldn't mind. Depends on what happens with Kante. Do we get rid of Kante? Does Kante stay? What happens there? Jorginho, of course, there's been a lot of talk about Jorginho's future. But in general, I'm very happy if we get Timo Werner. Let's see whether it sticks true. Like I said in the beginning, the Sportbild have been spot on a few times in recent past. I'm not like, you know, 100% clued up on all of their, you know, breaking news, whether they're always correct or not. I went live with this live stream very, very quickly and didn't have time to do this kind of research. But I'm pretty sure they were one of the first ones to break the Pulisic story and another one of the big stories as well. I think they were also the first ones to mention when Guardiola went to Bayern Munich and when Götze went somewhere, I can't remember, a while ago anyways. But they got some big stories right. And Werner joining Chelsea over Liverpool will be a big-ass story. And quickly, that's what I wanted to touch on. Almost forgot now. Why would he pick Liverpool over Chelsea if that is the reason, rather than just Liverpool not wanting to buy him for so much money? Now, at Liverpool, with their front three, Mane, Salah and Firmino, would Werner play? Would he be a starter? Probably not. Why would he leave Leipzig for that? Probably not worth it for him. So he goes to Chelsea, where he's on much more money, reportedly 10 million euros a year, roughly £8 million, £7.5 to £8 million. Not sure how much that is per week. You can, you know, use your calculator and sub it down. What did Matt Law say? Timo Werner has agreed to join Chelsea by Matt Law. Brilliant. See, I told you so. Brilliant. See, I didn't wait. Chucked it out there. Matt Law has confirmed it as well. This is great news. This is bloody great news. Thank you for whoever put it there. So I saw that as well. This is brilliant. But yeah, so quickly going back to this. If the reason is that he chose Chelsea over Liverpool, why would he do that? Well, because for us, the likelihood of him being a regular starter is much, much bigger. Because Liverpool have a better front three than we do. So that only makes sense in my opinion. And maybe they just didn't want to pay as much for him as we are apparently willing to do. We're finally supporting a manager. Yes, you can make an argument. Why didn't we support Jose? Why didn't we support Conte? Why didn't we support Sarri? But at least we're doing it now. Hakim Ziyech seemingly signing Timo Werner, which I'm very, very, very excited about. My light just went off. You're just going to have to deal with it. Okay, turn it back on. Don't know what happened there. Regardless, and maybe a left back, maybe someone else. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. But guys, I think I'm going to leave it here. I really do appreciate all of you guys that have tuned in. I really, really do appreciate it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Up the chills. Subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already. Drop a like on this live stream, on this video if you're watching at a later point. If you're happy that Timo Werner actually looks like joining Chelsea. It's crazy. Like, I didn't expect this to happen on June, what day is it? June 4th. Didn't expect this to happen today, but it did. And my light is flickering. It's time to end my stream. Oh, another donation. Need to quickly look at this. Again, Zane, thank you for the £5 donation. You're ridiculous. Do you think you will finish higher than us next season? Are we getting Partey, Zaha, Lemar, as you're getting absolutely no one. And if you're getting those three, Partey's a good player. Lemar is nothing. Zaha is nothing. I said many times on this channel that I don't want Zaha at Chelsea. And I think we will finish higher than ours. Absolutely no problem at all, especially as Aubameyang is going to leave us anyway. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys for watching. Really do appreciate, like I said, subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a like. Leave me your thoughts on all of these news down in the comments section below if you're watching this at a later point. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea, and I'll see you when I see you.